Welcome back. So, we departed from our usual videos because we have an unboxing for you today. Lisa from DesertDragonworks sent a box full of incredible goodies, most of which are going to become giveaway items because, to tell you the truth, what I do when I get things in from viewers, and people occasionally send me stuff, I will usually limit myself to one item. I will keep one item. And then everything else is either going into the Etsy shop for the benefit of the Schoolhouse Fund, or it goes as giveaways. Now, I prefer that they go as giveaways so that everybody can enjoy them. With Lisa, it's a struggle to limit myself to one. Same with Colleen. I've always said one of these days Colleen is going to come by to visit, and she's just going to walk in and recognize everything here because so many of the items are things she sent me. Same thing with Lisa. But I am determined I am going to share the bounty with everyone. So when we come back, we are going to take a look at what Lisa sent. So I filmed all of the items separately and then compiled that into a little slideshow to insert it into the video because I felt that would give you the best look at everything. It can be extremely difficult to just hold things up in front of the camera and say, here, take a look, because the light is always funny and I'm never really sure what it looks like when you're seeing it. But if I film it, I have a chance to see what you see, and I can usually do a better job of capturing the details and controlling the lighting and things like that. So that's what I have done for this. So let's take a look at the video. Well, this is the first item from Lisa's box, and this is just beautiful. It's a poncho. The thing that I can't show you on film is this is so buttery soft. I mean, really, this is delightful. My first thought when this came out of the box is Audi's going to find a way to be sleeping on this and playing with the fringe, but we're going to have to hide this from him. This is really, oh my, so soft. This is really beautiful. So that was our first piece. And because Lisa is in Arizona, I expect these items are very popular in the Southwest. You don't see very many of them here, although they are quite stylish. I see a lot of young girls at the university wearing them. So, hey, not bad. Okay, next up. I'm sure you're wondering what this is. This is a moving fish. There's a little pouch in here, and we have a little box. You turn the box on, and the fish moves. Lisa told me she was sending a toy for Audi, and yeah, what can I say? This is a remarkable little bugger. It makes noise, it jiggles, it's just, well, I'll show you the video of Audi when he spotted it. So, yeah, I think we've got a winner here. Well, up next, we have a really interesting pair of Occupied Japan silver plate vases. Very interesting. The condition is very good. Silver plate tends not to hold up well over time, but this is holding up very nicely. We have a little wear here. Let's turn this around. Okay, so we have a little wear on the silver plating, not much. Nice, nice pieces. And of course, they're marked Occupied Japan, whereas here we go. See if we can get that around so you can see it. It's in the silver, right in here, Occupied Japan. Very unusual. We see a great many Occupied Japan pieces in the U.S. these days, mostly porcelain, but silver plate pieces are, well, they are rare. You just don't see a lot of this coming out of Japan during this period. In large part, of course, Japan was still recovering from World War II. For those of you who are history buffs, you know that Japan was absolutely on the verge of total collapse when the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And Japan was, well, the population was on the verge of starvation. So what we have here coming out of Japan at that time is a bit of a rarity. They really did not have the resources to produce items like this. And of course, things changed for them very quickly. The Japanese are a very industrious and enterprising people who managed to bounce back from the unthinkable. But pieces like this from that period are very unusual indeed. So this is a nice little set. And here we have one of Lisa's signature pieces, Bugs. This is a woman who just does fantastic work with critters that we would ordinarily find very unappealing. And this, let me get in there so you can actually see how amazing this is. It looks like some sort of butterfly. We have all kinds of stones. We've got dangles, we've got filigree work, and of course we have the little beaded bug legs. This is fantastic. It really is. I'm not sure what one would do with this beyond simply laying it out as a decorative display object, but isn't that just amazing? Wow. I'm definitely seeing some giveaways coming out of this box. Well, we also have some adorable little jewelry findings. These appear to be little teapots or maybe coffee pots. Beads with little clasps on them. Very interesting. Jewelry findings, by the way, are useful for so much more than just jewelry. You can string them through ribbons and use them independently. String that through a chain, a ribbon, it's a necklace. You can stick it on stuff, enhance jewelry you've already got, put it on a ribbon, call it a bookmark. So many things you can do with these. And I tend to collect little bits of jewelry findings because I embellish stuff. That's just what I do. And speaking of teapots, we have a darling little bracelet here. Let me see if I can get this all laid out so you can see it. It's a charm bracelet with coffee pots, teapots. Looks like we've got cups. There we go. I was looking around for a clasp on this, but actually it stretches. So I don't think there is a clasp. Very, very pretty piece. I expect this is going to become a giveaway piece. I know a lot of our viewers are coffee pot, teapot collectors. And believe me, even those who aren't coffee pot or teapot collectors are coffee or tea drinkers. So I think this is going to be a very desirable little giveaway piece. What do you think? Now here we have a couple of cute pieces. Yes, guess who this is? Obviously, it is Audi with a fancy collar. This is just adorable. And let me just take this and look. Oh yeah, we've got little jeweled eyes. Amazing. And a very long chain on this necklace too. This is great. And then we have this piece. Now this is a small salt or pepper shaker. These pieces were made in Native American assimilationist schools. These are schools where they took Native American children, mostly took them away from their families, not to put too fine a point on it, and put them into vocational schools to teach them skills and teach them how to be a little less Native American. I come across pieces like this, and I do sell them in my Etsy shop. The reason I do it is because all of the proceeds from the sale, every penny of it, goes into charities for Native Americans. I don't feel comfortable profiting from work that was intended to undermine someone's attachment to their ancestral culture. And so ordinarily I would be really uncomfortable dealing with things like this. But because the proceeds are going straight back to the Native American community, I can not only justify it, but I can actually feel pretty good about making sure that the handiwork of the Native American students is being recognized for what it is. These are legitimate Native American crafts made by Native American people, and with all of the proceeds going straight back to the Native American community, it makes it okay. Otherwise, as you know, if you've watched my videos, I'm really very uncomfortable dealing with items that may be considered disparaging to minority populations, So, yeah, this one is going into my stash of specifically Native American school projects, and it will be available for sale. And as I say, all of the money will be going, and it's all going, by the way, to Adopt an Elder, which is my favorite Native American charity, and it takes care of the older Native American peoples. One of the reasons I chose that charity is because at one time there were 300 Native American languages in the United States alone. There's about 175 now, and it is estimated that without immediate and aggressive intervention, that by 2015, or by 2050 rather, we will have 20 languages left at most. And today, if you are a young Native American person trying to learn your ancestral language, odds are you're going to have to go to a university and learn it from a Caucasian linguistics professor. That's not right. So, helping the Native elders is helping to keep the language alive. Well, we've got a couple of jewelry pieces here. This is a rather traditional piece. It looks like it's a piece of cloth in here with a beautiful rose on it and a lovely little setting. It's a brooch. Very nice. Once again, I am seeing a giveaway. And this, although it's not a jewelry piece, this is another one of Lisa's bug pieces. Let's get in here so you can see that watch face. Yes, that is Mickey Mouse. Darling piece. I'm not sure what I would do with it. I think I would turn that into a pin, which is very easy to do with a couple of magnets. And I think I would use that as a brooch. Really, really eye-catching piece. And very typical of Lisa's wonderful little beaded bug designs. Oh, this is just gorgeous. This is a wonderful little fish necklace. And this, look at that. That is just so ornate. Ah, oh yeah, I have a feeling that is going to be an absolute hit in the giveaways. It's beautiful. I love that. That's so summery. And I realize summer isn't with us just yet, but definitely it's not too far around the corner. Yummy. I love the way Lisa works in so many different elements. And I am going to pull a couple of Lisa's things out aside from this to show you. Okay, these pieces did not come in the box that I'm opening. These are just pieces that I still have left for the pen giveaways, and they are just amazing. With this beautiful pink, sort of a salmon-y pink, very iridescent. The leaves, oh my gosh, she does such good work with leaves. And we've got a little dragonfly over here, this beautiful pastel piece, and of course, the steampunk. So, this is what I mean when I say Lisa just works in all kinds of styles, all kinds of media. This is just very, well, if anything could be typical of what Lisa does, this is it. Well, we have a beautiful piece here. Let's see if I can show you this. This is a magnifying glass. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. A magnifying glass. Just closes up like this. It's on a long chain. Beautiful piece. Very useful. Very, very handy. I love it. And finally, we have this. This is a lovely Japanese vase. This is a vintage piece. It's not especially old, but it is second half of the 20th century. Lovely piece. You can see Japanese geishas. Pieces like this, I suppose, in a very broad sense, they would be thrown into the Satsuma category. In fact, they tend to remind me a lot of Chinese rose medallion pieces. Very nice, very, very pretty piece. So there we go. That was Lisa's package. Well, I have to admit, my favorite part of the video was Audi seeing the wigglefish. He didn't know what it was. He was very pleased when he felt he had killed it, because it stopped moving. And then he was like, okay, it's dead. Great. We'll have fish for supper. And he wandered away. But yeah, he definitely enjoyed that. Lisa also gave Audi his favorite toy before this. It looked like a little, Christmas cracker. And in fact, I think she made it herself. And when his dog passed away, I didn't pick up the dog bed right away. I was upset about the loss of the dog and didn't want to divest myself of all dog ownership. I wanted to take my time. When I did eventually pick up the dog bed, underneath was Audi's favorite toy, the one he got from Lisa, along with a dead mouse. Because Audi doesn't know his dog is dead. And apparently he just decided he was going to bring his favorite treats over to lure the dog back home. Remarkably cute, but boy, I just cried my eyes out at the time when I saw that. He was willing to give up his favorite toy if it would bring his dog back. I'm going to have to get Audi a dog eventually, because you've seen the videos of the rabbit he caught or the chipmunk. I remember videoing both of those. He has taken to bringing small animals home, alive, unharmed. Now, Audi is a killer, so if he wanted to eat them, he would. He is bringing them home intact, apparently, because this is how he's going to get himself a new pet. I I don't know what to say about this. He is determined. I think he's brought me at least half a dozen stray critters, just wild creatures he's found, brought him home. It's like, ooh, is this going to be my new pet? It's like, no, it isn't. Poor baby. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about a dog, because he's a cat, but he's not a stupid cat. He doesn't just want a dog. He really wants his own dog. So I don't know. We got to work that one out. But now he's got a new toy. Got to see what he's going to do with that. And there were so many wonderful things. Oh, and I should say, when I was rewatching the filming, I realized that I was getting a little preachy about the loss of Native American language. My apologies for that, but only partly, because of course I do want people to understand what happens when you exterminate a culture. You exterminate their language, you exterminate their folk tales, you exterminate their history, and we can't keep doing this. So yes, I get a little preachy about the issues of Native American culture. As I said, 300 Native American languages just in the US. And we've already cut that number close to half at this point. And the remaining languages are in very serious jeopardy. By the way, that noise was Audi. He's lurking around here looking for mischief to get into. Yeah, we should have, probably at most 20 left 30 years from now if we don't do something to stop it. So that is why one of my favorite charities deals with helping to sustain the elders of Native American tribes, because they are the ones who speak the language. They are the ones who can pass it on. And if they die prematurely from starvation, or, I mean, we're talking about totally preventable deaths. You should never die from poverty. They take their language, they take their culture, they take their history with them. So, yes. See, and I started apologizing for getting preachy, and I'm getting even preachier. Gosh. All right. We're going to walk away from that. I'm looking forward to sharing the giveaway items with all of you. As always, the giveaways are going on through the Facebook page. That's Sumi's Angels. And some of you have written in and said, well, I'm not on Facebook. Well, there's an email address. You can email them. You don't have to be on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I don't know what to do with Facebook. I don't know what to do with any social media. So I'm the last person in the world who's going to criticize someone else for not going on social media. The reason I have it done over on the Facebook page is because when I run giveaways myself, I'm no gift for this. Usually I can manage to complete about 70% of the giveaways. They have a much better track record than I do. My fallout rate is really bad on this. So that's why it's gone over to Colleen, Lisa, Karen, and Steph over on the Facebook page, because they're actually getting it done, which is more than I can say for myself. All right, so be sure to go over, check them out, sign up for the giveaways, absolutely. And I was thinking about this earlier, what we were going to do for the slideshow on the way out. And I had mentioned all the stuff here from Colleen. Well, there's one thing from Colleen that's missing here. Colleen's daughter Kelly, you're going to see her on the slideshow, was born on my birthday. Now, personally, I have this theory that since she was born on my birthday, she should have been my birthday present, right? It's the universe's way of saying, Colleen, wouldn't this be a great present for Sue? Well, it didn't work out that way. I got a lot of stuff from Colleen, but not that birthday baby. Not yet, anyway. I'm still working on it. So I decided I was going to dig that particular slideshow out because, oh my gosh, is my little birthday baby adorable. By the way, she's all grown up now. She's in her 20s, so, this is a good time to get rid of her, Colleen. In their 20s, they're a lot of trouble. And, when they're little and they're cute and they can't drive or, run off with boys, this is the time when you should consider getting rid of her. Just a thought. All right, I have had a great deal of fun with this in case you hadn't noticed. Audi is in a terrific mood because he has a fish to play with, so nothing but laughter here today. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for more stuff. I think we're going back to one of our fantastic books. I haven't even cracked open the antiques book yet. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. And then, of course, the Just Chatting Sunday night. So have a terrific day, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow.